Ho, ho, ho!
Merry Christmas!
And happy holidays!
What they said.
Welcome back to the King of the Bean. I'm your host, Ian. And I'm
Again? Eternally?
Again. And I brought Josh and Ryan. Again. Because that's what we do.
Eternally.
Eternally. Always here. He hasn't let us out of this room in years.
So we may be a little late, but yesterday was Christmas, so today we will grace you with our presents.
Was it actually?
When this comes out, yeah.
Okay. Go with a bit. Was it actually?
Yeah.
Where are we? Who are you people? Go on.
So, to get us started off on this topic, we're going to bring it to Ryan's Educational Corner, and he's going to teach us about the history and origins of Christmas.
Alright, friends, buckle up. This is going to be a heavily truncated version, because if I were to sit here and tell you the entire history of Christmas, that would be the whole episode.
Fair enough.
So I'm going to give you some brief spark notes. I'm leaving out a lot.
Give me the breakdown.
Yes. So I'm leaving out. So, as you may imagine, you may be thinking to yourself, how was Christmas created? Well, let me tell you something. Similar to Halloween, cultural appropriation, essentially, is the answer. So,
Yay!
so prior to...
It strikes again.
well, it's a common theme. So, prior to Christianity, which developed...
There was a prior?
There was, oddly enough. Which developed, in about a couple of thousand years ago, right? After the death of Jesus Christ. Prior to that, a lot of cultures held celebrations during wintertime, mostly because, especially northern countries, it's very dark and cold during that time.
Sure.
And popular festivals were held around the winter solstice, which is December 21st, because that is the shortest day of the year. Which means, the kind of the peak of winter, if you will. And so celebrations are held essentially during the solstice and afterwards, because the worst of it is over. And now days are going to start getting longer. Things are going to start warming up again. The nature's coming back because things are getting warmer and whatever. And so it's a good time to celebrate. Also, I read that a lot of cultures or communities or whatever would have to, again, this is all like northern, mostly like European origin of it, would have to like kill a lot of their cattle and stuff because it was too cold, or they couldn't feed them because they didn't have the crops because they were dead. And so you have a surplus of meat. What do you do when you have a surplus of meat?
Feast!
Exactly. You throw a big party and you eat it. So it was a very popular time for these festivals. One of the more popular ones was Yule in the Norse countries.
The Yuletide.
Yuletide, exactly. And what the tradition was is they would start on the solstice, on the 21st, and they would go get the big giant logs, and they would burn the logs, and then they would have a feast for as long as those logs were burned, which was about 12 days, which if you've heard the term Yule log, that's what that refers to.
I don't know if I've ever heard the term.
Never heard of the term. I don't even know what a Yule is.
It's a festival, a Norse festival. I feel like I just explained that.
Yeah. But prior to that.
Well, anyway.
I don't know what it is. Did you zone out for the last 5 minutes?
Pretty much. So there was...
It's been 4.
So there was a lot of festivals during this time, right? To celebrate winter and the solstice and whatever. So, and now we're skipping ahead a little to Christianity. The birth of Christianity eventually became one of the largest religions in the entire world. Initially... they didn't celebrate Christmas. They didn't celebrate Jesus' birthday. Do you want to guess why?
Because he didn't exist yet.
No, this is after. Because there's no date specified in the Bible. So no one really knows when the figure of Jesus of Nazareth, who was believed to be a real person, was actually born. And so the biggest holiday in Christianity in the beginning was Easter, the resurrection.
Makes sense.
But then, of course, Christianity wanted to grow. And how do they grow, as we talked about?
You take over other people's things.
You take over other people's things. That's exactly it. And so around like the 4th century, the church was like, hey, we should make his birth a holiday too. And everyone was like, well, when is that? And the Pope, Julius I at the time, was like, it's December 25th. And everyone's like, was it really?
Sure.
And he's like, I don't know, but there's a lot of festivals going on. So if we say, hey, we have this cool party going on too, this cool holiday, why don't we all celebrate together? Then just like Halloween, we'll snatch it right up. And so they just literally just was like, yeah, it's during this time. And oh, wow, you guys are celebrating during this time? We're celebrating during this time. Why don't we all celebrate together? And then we can all just be
And then
friends.
you can become Christians.
Exactly. And so that was the 4th century. So by the Middle Ages, which is, I think, generally like 8th, 9th century when it starts, so in those 500 years, Christianity had become one of the most popular religions and wiped out most of the pagan religions in Europe by that time. So it worked. I guess.
Yay, Christmas!
Yay! So that's... and then, of course, it grew and has become a more global thing as Christianity has grown and become a more global thing. Some people, it's a super religious holiday. Some people, it's not as much of a religious holiday.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more about gift giving and about just Christmas time and family. And
that's
that
why
kind
a
of
lot
stuff.
of people nowadays too identify as like Xmas as opposed to Christmas.
Right.
Because Christmas has Christ in it.
Right. And so as it's grown and as it's become more popular and more globalized, there are different interpretations of it, just like there are with Halloween and just like with other holidays that, there are different ways to celebrate it. But that is, in a nutshell, a very brief and truncated version of how Christmas was birthed.
So why do we give gifts on Christmas?
I don't know. I didn't get to that part. That's something that happens later on.
That's because people were like, let's capitalize on this.
I assume that
I was wondering if
from...
it's capitalism or if it's because it's like, oh, it's Jesus' birthday. On birthday, you give gifts.
Sure.
But there's no Jesus, so we're going to give the gifts to the people we love. Like,
sure.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't get that far in my research.
Next year, we'll tell you about it.
Yeah.
Wait a whole year.
Look, if you want a full breakdown, I could do a full breakdown, but like I said, that would take forever.
That's
so
fair.
this was just the brief... how was Christmas introduced? How was it birthed?
Yeah, that's nice.
And so that's how it was birthed. And then, of course, there are other traditions. And, St. Nick is appropriated. And so there's a lot of cultural appropriations that kind of developed to make this holiday what has essentially become.
According to the top 2 results on Google,
Sure.
we give gifts as a symbolic tribute to baby Jesus, similar to the 3 wise men that
that
gave
makes
him
sense,
gifts when he was born.
Sure.
And, that's pretty... And to show selflessness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like God's selfless gift of humanity.
Sure.
I'm sure that there are also some festivals that involve gift giving. Some
Probably.
pagan festivals that involve gift giving. They're like, hey, that's a cool idea. We should do that too. Guess what we do? Isn't that weird? Wow, we're not basically doing the same thing.
Do you know that
So
in
you just
Peru?
do-
Our
Okay.
God is better.
Do you know that in Peru, around Christmas time, they have a festival? It's a very specific, small, like, little village in Peru. So not everywhere in Peru. But it's like a... Have you guys
Uh-huh.
have you guys seen
Refreshing.
the Purge?
Yes, I've seen one of them.
I haven't seen any.
You know the premise of it, right? Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like anything goes kind of day.
Everything's legal for 24
Yeah,
hours.
yeah, and so in this holiday in Peru, they just all
They purge?
all the anger they have throughout the year and whatever, they they wear masks and whatever, and they just beat each other up.
Really?
Yeah,
Remind me to never be in Peru during the winter.
it's a very specific village in Peru,
Okay.
Interesting.
but it's around Christmas.
It's
time
like
that it
Lima,
happens.
the main city.
They're those smaller towns, the capital.
Yeah, it happens around Christmas time.
That's
too.
really interesting. I didn't know
Interesting.
that.
So
Yeah. All right, there you go. There's some Christmas facts for you.
yeah, and Peruvian facts.
Editor Ryan here for a little interlude to confirm this anecdote Josh was sharing about the festival held in Peru. So it does in fact exist. It's called Takanakwi, I think. Apologies for perhaps mispronouncing that. It takes place in the province of Chumbivilcas in the Cusco region of the Andean Mountains in Peru. While the analogy to the Purge is a bit extreme, it is not Purge-esque. The rules still apply, but it is a festival involving music, dancing, drinking, eating, brightly colored costumes that culminate in a series of public fistfights on Christmas Day. So, if you're interested in learning more about that, again, the festival is called Takanakui and is in fact real. So, I thought that was interesting and thought that I would share with you all. All right, enjoy the rest of the episode.
So let's talk about what our traditions are for Christmas. So Josh, why don't you kick us off?
Okay, I'll start us off because my holiday of Christmas starts the day before.
I mean, ours starts 2 days before. Well, it used to. But go ahead.
I'm consistent because it still happens. But yeah, so I don't know if it is the same in a lot of other cultures, but in Hispanic cultures, it's very traditional that we do Christmas the day before on the 24th. And the 25th, the actual Christmas day, is just the day of rest, where we like cool down from all the things that we were doing on the 24th because it was a big party day or whatever for us. But yeah, come the 24th is normally for my family. We get together. It's normally my parents' place. I don't know if it's going to change up now that everyone's scattered. But it's normally my parents' place, and we get together, and a giant foldable table is set up. And, you know...
Specifically has to be.
It has to be a foldable table. And my whole family comes together, and we make tamales. So there's, like, someone... My mom's the one who, like, gets the leaf, puts the masa in there, and then puts the meat, and then someone's holding the tamale, and then someone's wrapping the tamale, and then someone's putting it away, and then so on and so forth. And we just do like a little line of that. And during this time, we're just like talking cheeseman with each other, gossiping, as family does.
Sure.
And it's a very fun time. And then come later that night, we eat up some of the tamales, and then we just, talk and have a good time together as a family. It's very nice. It's very calm.
And then at midnight you open presents.
At midnight we open presents. Specifically, the children go first because children can't wait, and then the rest of us go. And then I think last year we did it at my brother's place, and they did like a little white elephant gift. Or no, they just did a gift exchange. They had like a Secret Santa.
Yeah, your brother's wife's family did.
Yeah, they did Secret Santa, and that was fun. That they had a nice time. But yeah, we were just like in the living room watching some old, like the Goonies, I think.
No, it was Little Rascals.
Little Rascals.
And Scooby-Doo too.
And Scooby-Doo specifically.
Classics.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just nice and calm, and then eventually we headed up here for Christmas Day. But that's normally what I do on Christmas Eve is when we actually celebrate.
And what I find interesting about his family, so especially, and I don't know if this has evolved because of how they're all like different households now, but it's like, instead of passing out like what mom does, where she does like one round of presents for everybody open, one round open, is what they do is they'll be like, okay, you give your gifts out. So like Josh and I will pass out the gifts we bought for everybody. Everybody opens their gifts, and then we move on to the next person.
That makes sense.
Yeah, berries.
Yeah, it was interesting because to me I was like, how's this gonna work? And then
it worked.
Yeah, it was efficient. It was a good system.
Yeah.
It's not always like that.
But yeah, our holiday tradition always started on the 23rd. Why the 23rd, you might ask? Because we also celebrated with our mom's side of the family on the 24th. We would do Christmas Eve dinner. But there was so much cooking involved that we would go up the day before and cook like the lasagna and the olives and everything.
Peas and eggs,
sausages.
Meatballs.
So we would cook that all the day before and then reheat it on the day of.
It's cute.
Thank you.
I don't know if you want to elaborate more.
I mean, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Or like add.
So like traditionally, we would have it at our grandma's house. And so we would go up the 23rd, and it was usually like us, our mom, and then our aunt and our grandma would be the ones doing the cooking. I think sometimes our cousins would come, but not generally. But they would come, our cousins, our uncle, and our aunt would come on the 24th, and we would all eat together and hang out and talk and whatever.
I do think there were a couple days that we went up early on the 24th.
Yeah, and we would make
historically it was that's when we got busier, but like when we were kids we would go up on the 23rd.
Yeah, and then so we would all eat and we would talk and we would hang out, whatever, and then we would exchange our gifts there with them.
Yeah, after dinner.
And do like that, the extended family gifts.
And our dinner was lasagna, ham. We'd get rolls from this Italian deli called Claro's. Sausages were from there too, and meatballs. That's
Peas and eggs.
Peas and eggs.
Which is what it sounds like. It's peas and
and
scrambled eggs.
And I think that's about it. And then as soon as we got to Grandma's house that day, and I think throughout the day, even at home, Mom would pull up the Nordic Santa tracker.
Oh yeah.
And it would tell you like at that time where in the world Santa was dropping off gifts.
Yeah, so we would just be watching.
So we'd run over to the super old computer in our aunt's bedroom. You know, use that little Dell and like slowly load the page and be like, "Oh my God, he's in Italy! Like, that's so cool! All those little Italian children are getting their gifts."
It was cool.
Yeah.
It was fun.
The kid wonder that is.
And now he's like in China, like, whoa, he got so far, like, you know.
I wonder if they still do that. If that's still a program.
I think so.
I hope so.
It's just their website.
That's fun.
That's such fun, innocent.
Yeah.
And it would just show you pictures from like that area or whatever. Now,
Yeah.
now you could pull probably like live stuff from like Google Maps or something like that.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, it was.
I like the
Really,
idea of it.
And then we would go home
To sleep.
and go to sleep so
Yeah.
Santa could come.
Yeah.
And then we would celebrate Christmas Day, just the four of us, the nuclear family,
the household unit.
household unit.
And yeah, we would get up. We would all go sit around the Christmas tree in our blankets.
Blankies.
And then mom was in charge of Christmas because she was secretly Santa.
What?
No way.
And she would pass out our stockings, and then we all pull out our little goodies from the stocking. Then she'd pass out the gifts under the tree.
We'd open them up, and then usually we got Legos from someone. Dad got movies. And so we would then, after we opened the presents and we put out the wrapping paper and stuff, then we would watch one of Dad's new movies and we would build our Lego sets while watching the movies.
In the living room.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good time.
And then we would disperse and go our separate ways and do whatever.
And we always,
Never
we would
to be
always,
seen until next year.
Mom would always bake like a loaf of banana bread that we would have for breakfast, and then for lunch we've always done McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, because nobody wants to cook on Christmas.
Yeah, no, that's
We
Yeah.
just spent the last 2 days cooking.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I understand it.
Yeah.
So, you know, it just became tradition, like McDonald's, because McDonald's is one of the few places that's open on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So we would go there for lunch.
See, for
the
me,
American Christmas.
for me on Christmas Day, it was always a great feeling because we make a lot of tamales on the day of Christmas, and they're good and all, but the day after is when it really hits. Cause
See, that's what our aunt tells us about the lasagna. I know yours is different, and I'll let you say why. I won't kill your thing. But our aunt would always be like...
already killed because he was in the middle of talking.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to spoil it.
I understand.
But...
Go ahead. It's your moment. Have it.
Apparently it's your moment, but...
I was just trying to make it my moment.
Yeah, okay. But she always says that the lasagna is better reheated. I don't agree, but, you know, to each their own.
Yeah.
But,
I just eat it. I don't really care.
Yeah, it's food.
Yeah.
And it's still good.
It tastes good either way to me.
Yeah, but
Agreed.
the next day for my family after Christmas Eve, my whole family comes in the morning. My mom sets up some coffee for the people who like coffee, and the whole family just gathers and we're just there. And my mom fries up the tamales. Oh, the crunch on the first bite of that tamale. It's so good. It hits different, and you're just like, oh, this is so nice.
does your whole family prefer the fried
Yes.
to the regular?
Yes.
Then why don't you just fry them in the first place?
Traditions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or like you couldn't...
You can't appreciate the crunch until you have it without the crunch.
Yeah.
And then the crunch is more appreciated. So you have them the night before and you're like, yeah, these are pretty good. We did a good job tonight. You go to sleep, you wake
They're
up,
both good.
you get that crunch,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh.
Just because, I
Even
do love a
better.
good crunch.
Yeah. It hits different, and you're just like, oh, yeah, everything's good in the world. And it's just amazing. And then we all, as a family, in the morning, we're all with our gifts, like, talking to each other. The kids are normally playing their new things that they have. And, after, like, a good 3 hours of, like, talking to each other, we're like, all right, it's time to go take a nap, and we all take a nap.
Siesta.
It's great. It's nice. It's calming. It's family.
There's
It's
nothing better than the afternoon of Christmas. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
The
there's
nice-
not a more tranquil time of the
Yeah.
year
Yeah.
than the afternoon of Christmas
It hits
Day.
different.
Yeah. That's the time to just relax and just be.
Yeah, just don't like it now because now we have to drive home.
Well, you don't have to.
Well,
Not to get to work.
You
at some
could do
point.
the next day.
the next day, this year is a Tuesday, and we work. That was like so slow motion.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, because our new tradition is Christmas with your family till midnight, and then open gifts, which takes like 1 to 2 hours, just because there's like 40 people there. Is that an exaggeration?
Yes.
How many are there?
There's 13.
38.
Huh?
There's 13.
No, because you have more than just your immediate
It
family.
depends on what.
There were like 40 people last year.
No, there wasn't.
There's like 30.
No, there wasn't. You're exaggerating.
I don't.
There was 20. It
Anyway,
doesn't matter.
I want to count, but not on podcasts. I don't want to name all your family people.
Yeah.
Family people.
Yeah.
And-
Those people. Oh, you damn family people.
Shut up. So what's your favorite part about Christmas, Ryan?
I don't know. I think it's all quite nice.
Sure.
I do miss Grandma's house. The dinners at Grandma's house hit different. I feel like that's something that is
We've never recreated her lasagna.
for the memories and just the vibes, like, because it was a small house too, and like all, however many of us, 12-ish people in there, kind of crammed in the kitchen, just talking, eating. It was warm.
It's so nice.
It smelled good.
Yeah.
Like it's a lovely memory at this point.
Mm.
But I like the calmness of it. I like the family aspect. I used to not care as much about Christmas. Like, I never disliked Christmas, but I used to not like. I mean, like, Christmas music is okay. Like, I get it. It's all about, let's be nice or whatever, and that's fine. But like, I don't know. I feel like this year and last year kind of hits different. Maybe I'm older. Maybe I'm less depressed. I don't know.
Those are both.
The spirit of the season, I feel like, resonates a little bit more resonantly.
That's good.
It
nowadays.
resonates resonantly.
Yeah. You should put another R word in there.
Resonates really resonantly.
There you go.
So what's your favorite part?
So the vibes, I guess I would say, is my favorite.
Ryan got vibes.
Ryan's
The
the vibes. And the food.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
Food and vibes.
Yeah.
Food and vibes.
The food is probably my favorite part. I go to Malay.
Those tamales are pretty good.
Sometimes we make pozole, sometimes we don't. But like, there's always my family also makes I'm blanking on the name, but it's like a chocolate drink. It's not.
Hot chocolate?
I don't know.
Not
They didn't
hot
make it last year, did they?
They did. What did they? I don't remember. They might have. But yeah. But yeah, no. Well, the food again, like Ryan, just the vibes.
I agree. Food and vibes.
It's
And
just so
presents.
nice.
Ian is the
Presents are-
presents person.
Yeah, presents are presents to me. I could get nothing and I'd be perfectly fine with it.
Presents is just one of my love languages, so I like
It's true.
presents.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
But you got something for me? I feel like that doesn't happen a lot. Not you specifically, but it's just in general.
Does it not cheapen it that it's essentially a requirement of the holiday?
Well, so I feel like that leads me into what's your least favorite part, and I feel
The
like
gifts.
you would say that you feel obligated to get people gifts.
It's not the obligation for me. It's just like I've said before, I'm not good at gifts. And I am like Josh, and I feel like a lot of times I don't need a gift. That's okay. Or get me a T-shirt or something, and that's cool.
Give me marshmallows.
Well, and that's why I think it's fun is,
I'll be a happy boy.
and I guess this kind of leads into like the thing we did, but I just think it's fun to buy even like little things.
Yeah.
Like what we did today. So we did a Secret Santa which is what these gifts are, and we're gonna do that at the end of this podcast. But like it was just really fun running around and and like finding cool little things that we probably usually wouldn't buy.
See, I think that
And-
that's a fun idea. I'm just saying, like, in general, I'm not a gifts person.
See,
So, like, that part is not as enticing to me as maybe it is for you.
yeah.
I don't have a problem with it, and I like I like it. It's just, if I had to rank it, I would say that that's my not as much favorite part.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy it, but because my favorite part, besides the family and stuff, is like gift giving. I mean, I like receiving, but gift giving when you have a good idea and it's like the time of year to give somebody a gift.
See, again,
I don't like when I don't have an idea. I'm like, I have to get you something, and I have no idea. I don't know what to do.
It's my whole life.
Like, your family don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'm just like, it's your job now.
That's fine.
We'll go have these.
That's fine.
See, that's exactly how I feel 99% of the time, though. It's like, I don't know, just tell me, and I'll go have these on it with you. Like, I don't know.
Thoughts?
Oh no, it's like a gift giving is also like my least favorite part, but it also depends on the person. Cause like for me, like gifts are nice or whatever, but you know, things are getting expensive.
Things are pricey.
Things
the
are
world is pricey.
Yeah, pricey.
Yeah, as you grow up, gifts are less fun.
Yes, because you have to give so many.
I still think, yeah, I mean, because for me,
You
I
have to
still
buy
think
them with your own money.
it's fun,
Yeah.
but it's definitely, it hurts more.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Like,
I have a lot of people to go through, and a lot of times I'm like, I don't think I can give you.
I wrote a list down of all the people I think in my life who might give me gifts. Because, we'll either do like a little thing with your friends or whatever.
Sure.
20 people on that list
It's a lot, right?
for people to buy things for. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I thought of another thing I like about Christmas.
Oh, yeah,
Go
what
ahead.
is it?
Sure.
Can I say
Yeah,
it?
sure.
Or we-
Yeah, go for it.
We bake cookies every year.
Yes.
You
Us
guys
and
do.
our
You
aunt.
guys.
I
do
was thinking
basic-
direct
Mom.
Christmas time.
That
Or, like,
counts as Christmas?
no, I know, but I wasn't. I was thinking just like even day, like
Yeah.
that tradition.
But that is a good tradition that you guys have.
I do.
Yeah.
I do
think
enjoy the
We
cookies.
bake cookies. There are Italian cookies and
They're good.
peanut clusters, and this year we're gonna try to bake some shortbread and some other varieties.
We'll put a picture of them in the thing.
Maybe.
Don't.
I'll post a picture on Instagram.
There
Yes.
you go. Yeah, that
All right,
good.
That
I like
makes-
that one better. But yeah, I don't. That's always fun, and I don't really like the cookies myself, but I like baking the cookies.
Yeah, you like just hanging out with the family and
Yeah.
making them. I get
Sure,
that.
and last year, like the cookie shooter wasn't working, and so I had to get my big old muscles in and really help out. Did freaking 3 trades. It's fun.
Yeah, it's a good
I
time.
think it's fun.
It's a good
So
time.
would you say you enjoy the holidays, or would you say they're more stressful? Because I feel like that's a big thing. It's like, it's fun because we're all just celebrating, trying to have a good time.
I don't think it's necessarily
but I know-
stressful.
So I know some people do consider it very stressful, either
Yeah,
because
I
of
can totally see that.
either because of money or obligations, or like you have to go see your family and maybe you don't get along with your family. I feel like
I
we're
would-
all lucky to get along with our family,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there's definitely a lot of people who
Absolutely.
maybe aren't accepted, and that causes us a lot of stress.
I would say nowadays, like I said, I appreciate the holidays more and the vibes and the intention of it. But I would say in the past, not so much, and a lot of that I think was because I had to work during the holidays. Like the museum I worked at was closed Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and that was it. Or no, it wasn't closed Christmas Eve. It was just closed Christmas Day because I've had to work Christmas Eve before,
We pick them up.
and I'd have to work usually New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and so to me, like, it wasn't a holiday. I was just working, except it was busier and more chaotic and more stressful for that reason. And then I had all these, I still have to find time to get presents, and I have to do this, and I have to do that. So it's definitely, if you have to work during the holidays and you don't get any time off, then yeah, that's a lot more stressful.
What do you think, or what would you say?
For me personally, I don't find it stressful. I think some aspects of it, like gift giving, like finding the good gift, is like in itself just like a hassle.
I agree with
Because
me.
because you want to give a great gift
Shucks.
to your friend, your family, to your
No, it
significant
just
other.
keeps slipping.
No, I said we'll exchange them soon though.
Oh.
But like the gift giving like is just a hassle because you want to give a good gift,
Mhm.
regardless of. And sometimes you think like, okay, maybe they'll like this, maybe they won't, and some people you're like, I can give you this and I know that you'll be happy with that. And some people you want to go the extra mile with, and it's just how it is.
I always want to go the extra.
I know, and it stresses you out, which I'm like, stop.
A little bit.
I'm like, stop, give me marshmallows, I'm fine. I'm giving you like the easy out, I'm like, take it.
We actually at Home Goods there was like a snowman full of snowman marshmallows as they called it.
That's
And
cute.
I was like, that's the easy way out.
It is. And it'd be perfectly fine. You know, I like it.
I like to be original sometimes. I don't have a problem giving you marshmallows, but I do also want to do like different stuff.
Sure. And that's your prerogative. My thing is like, I don't necessarily want to do that. And like with certain people, more specifically you, I feel like I need to go the extra mile because, you know, you're worth it. But at the same time, like,
Nice.
I don't know what.
Yeah.
and that's the problem behind it. It's like,
Yeah.
ooh.
I feel like I'm.
I
missing
mean,
too.
for me specifically though, I don't even know what to get me half the time. Like if somebody asks me, I'm like, I don't know.
A new car.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. Too,
If there's
is,
a
like,
price limit of $100 or lower, I don't know what you could get.
That's
me.
the thing too for me is I feel like most of the time, especially post high school, right? Anytime somebody's like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "Nothing you can give me."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's a new car, a better job, like this, that, or the other thing. It's like that's not really, those aren't gifts. Those
Happiness.
are yeah, like nothing tangible that
Transform me into a toad so I
can
can
nothing
experience
tangible
happiness.
that can be given. And so it's like, yeah, I'm with you on gifts, Josh. I get it.
We're at 30 minutes. But that's like my biggest strife with holiday. That being said, it's not really stressful. Like at the end of the day, not to say that I'm not gonna go out of my way to like try to find a gift or whatever, but if I don't end up finding a gift, it's not the end of the world, you know?
I guess I'm also just afraid of not finding a gift for somebody and they get something for me. And
Dude, I have that too.
I'm like, I would feel bad.
Sure.
Like I can't accept this.
Sure. I'll be okay with that.
So that gets us into a situation where we've all bought a gift for each other.
It's true.
So
yeah.
today, we decided to do a little Secret Santa. I was like, "What? This would be fun for the podcast." So
before any of that, explain your thought process and how you were explaining this to us.
oh yes. No, so this isn't the thought process on explaining. This is how we decided
This is how we decided
who gets who. So I
it was confusing.
so I was like, well, in like a board game, you roll a dice to see who goes first. You all roll a number, the highest wins, right?
You don't explain like that.
These two did not understand. I said roll a dice to see who goes
You
first.
did say it. I heard it.
Which
I
to
just
me is
didn't
what we would say if we
understand.
were playing like.
To me, I just didn't understand who was going first, and for what that meant.
So okay, so here's what happened. I said we're gonna roll a dice to see who goes first, similar to how in Zombicide we would roll a dice, be like, oh, I got a 6, I got a 3, 6 goes first. So
Yeah.
I roll 3 dice on my phone. Josh gets a 6, Ryan gets like a 1, and I get a 6. So we go again. Josh gets a 5, I get a 2. So Josh goes first. So because you're only deciding between 2 people, I was like, okay, flip a coin, and decide which value that means. He was tails, I was heads. It landed on tails. So Josh gets Ryan, Ryan gets me, and I get Josh.
Yeah.
Is how we decided it.
Yes, it was far more complicated in the car. It was like inaudible. I was like, what is going on? There was like 5 extra steps that were added on there.
I felt like you just pick someone or rock paper scissors. Who's
Well, you were
picking-
driving, and I wanted you to be included.
Yeah,
It's
I
fine.
I feel as much included as I would have been if you two had just done rock paper scissors to decide who goes first.
Yeah.
But
Anyways,
that's okay. We figured it
yeah.
out. It all worked out. It was a fun couple minutes of uncertainty, but we're here.
Yeah. So we
So
all
that
went.
brings
And
us
we had a budget, $15.
$15.
Mhm.
We went to Home Goods, and we just ran around the store until we found something.
There's a
and
lot of people there.
there was a lot of people, but everybody was pretty nice. There's this
Yeah.
one lady who we passed each other like multiple times, and she grabbed my jacket. She's like, I've seen you so many times. We're both just running around the store like, what do we need? But we don't really need anything. She's like, it's all just fun stuff. And I was like, and it was hilarious. But I mean, but that's part of the fun of the holidays. That everybody seems like in a good mood for the most part.
Sure. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the vibes.
There's like a
I
couple.
like the vibes when it's good vibes. It's good vibes.
I've always felt good vibes around Christmas.
Yeah, you have.
Okay, so
So.
who should go first?
Roll a dice, then flip 2 coins, and then play rock, paper, scissors.
And
And then jump rope.
And then
real quick.
tic-tac-toe, and whoever wins tic-tac-toe, that usurps whatever the
Okay,
previous one
where's
was.
my phone? Okay.
Connect 4.
No, I'm just gonna pick someone's 1, someone's 2, someone's 3. 1, 2, 3.
Someone's 1, someone's 2, someone's 3.
I don't want to give you guys a choice anymore. And halfway through that. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 3.
The answer is 1.
Alright.
Alright,
Okay.
you're first.
Alright. Alright. This is
Wait, who did
my
you get
gift
it for? Uh-huh.
to you, Ryan.
To me.
Yes. So
Okay.
I hope you enjoy it. I saw it immediately. I was like, this is the one. This is the one.
It's heavy.
Uh,
Oh, you got it wrapped? I should have gotten mine wrapped.
Oh, I didn't even get mine.
They wrapped it because of what it is.
Oh, that's hilarious. You know what's so funny? I was thinking about getting this for the person I would too, but
Listen.
I did it. But that's so funny. It's a snow globe with a T-Rex and 2 palm trees.
Here, I got it.
That's hilarious.
So there was
I love
one
that.
closer to the front of the store that had a Santa hat.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
And I almost got that for Josh.
What if we all just got each other?
That's what we
I
were
was
talking
saying, yeah.
about.
Because I definitely saw both the Santa hat and this one, and I'm like, that's so funny though. Like that's really good. Oh, thank you, Josh.
We were in the car and we're like, what if we all got snow?
That
Because
would've
I
been
was
amazing.
I was like he showed me that one,
Yeah.
and I was like, I can't get another dinosaur snow globe. Like,
Should've gotten the one with the hat.
yeah.
We all got different
now I
dinosaurs.
wish we all got each other. Oh wait, it lights up.
You need it better.
Oh!
I didn't even know that.
You didn't see that there was a switch on the bottom?
No, I was looking at the price. That's all I
Oh,
cared about.
okay.
That's fair. Okay. All right, he's obscured in the snowstorm. But
Okay, so I'm gonna give mine.
wait, no, because I give you and then you
Okay,
give him.
fine.
It is how triangles
Yeah,
work.
sure. That's how triangles
There you
work.
go.
Thank you.
It's not a snow globe.
It would have been
It was close though.
It would have been.
Oh, it's a bird.
So it's not just a burr. Let me show you. This is called a huggy burr. There's a thing that goes inside of it that you can heat up so it's warm and it smells like lavender. So if you're having a bad day,
he
you
hates
heat it
lavender.
up and you give it a hug.
you know I don't like lavender,
You
right?
don't have to heat it up. You can just hug it.
But I want a warm bird.
Well, then you gotta deal with the lavender.
We'll just put a little vanilla in there.
Yeah, you could. You probably could change it, but yeah. It's
Please,
a little,
thank
You're
you.
welcome.
It's cute.
I was looking for bear stuff and there wasn't a lot.
Yeah, I saw that little corgi thing and I was like, dang it, it's like
I
$16.99.
saw that too.
Barely above.
It's out of the range.
So, here you go.
Oh, hi. Let's see, what do we get? Alright. Oh, there's multiple
There's 2
things in
things.
here.
I found something on the exit line
Oh, you did?
to stay under the budget.
Alright, so...
Oh, so you went with the other one?
Yeah.
So the first thing... Is it? It's a mood light. It's like a little dog pugacorn.
Yeah, pugcorn.
Pugcorn.
I love it.
Yeah. Thought you would.
It's everything I ever wanted in life, and it lights up. I'm gonna have this right at my desk. And then the other thing, stress ball.
It's a rainbow.
It is a rainbow. I did look at this too while I was.
I saw it multiple times, and I felt bad because the pugcorn was on the lower end.
Oh, how much was it?
It's like $6.
Oh, was it?
It's on the...
Which one? Oh, wow, it's really cheap.
Yeah, so this was $6, and I felt bad because I knew what you bought was $15, and I knew what you bought was $15-ish when you rounded up for taxes, with taxes. So,
Trying to get my stress
so
ball.
I was like looking in the checkout line. I was like, "What can I add?" And there was a rainbow stress ball, and it was $7. So I was like, "You know what? I'll get this too."
Trying to get the stress ball.
So yeah, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
And this is what we did for a
Yeah.
fun little
Now you have a teddy bear too.
endeavor. Oh, got it. Finally got it. It's actually a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be.
It's a big stress ball. How do I untie this?
I'm sure this is gonna sound great on camera. Oh.
That looks so weird.
Oh my god.
His arms are so long.
Yeah, they are.
Look at that.
You feel this?
Oh.
It looks good.
Oh.
It's giraffes.
I don't think you could be stressed with this.
Yeah, right. Feel it?
What is this?
I don't know, but it's interesting. The ASMR. It pops.
That's a great doll.
Thank you very much for watching our Christmas podcast. I hope you guys all had a great Christmas. And we'll see you next year. Bye.
Bye.
Oh.